Hey guys, welcome back to Keith's Hot Takes. And before Terrance joins us in a few minutes, I just gotta talk about my Rams real quick, and then I'll give my brief thoughts about the Cowboys moving on from Jaylon Smith. So first, my Winston State Rams, we're down bad right now, to put it nicely. And Saturday, as we know, was really the worst of it when Chawan beat us 73-7. Uh, and they got their revenge from the last time we went up to Chawan and put up 77 points on them. Really concerned about this program. I just want us to play with more pride, honestly. And I'm thinking that, we're talking about how we felt disrespected being picked ninth in the preseason poll in the CIAA. And I'm thinking we're gonna go out there and show it every week. And I haven't seen it yet. I think the biggest thing is the offense. They have to take some pressure off the defense because I feel like we're putting too much pressure on the defense, and that's got to stop. I know Lawrence Kershaw, our offensive coordinator, offensive line coach, resigned yesterday uh, after the struggles we've had this season. I think we're 10th in scoring, averaging 11 points per game. That's just crazy, and you're not going to win only scoring 11 points per game. So we need to find out how we can be more productive on offense, move the ball. I feel like when we're moving the ball, we'll have some stupid penalties that will negate the drive, and we'll have to punt or something like that. And by the fourth quarter, the defense is worn down, and the other team usually pulls away. And I feel like Saturday, I don't feel like we had a great game plan going into the game. Uh, Me personally, if I knew that Shawan had a high powered offense that can score a lot of points, I would have tried to play keep away from them. I know our offensive line has struggled a lot this season, but I'm gonna try to run the ball, keep the ball away from them. I know our defense is our calling card, but we know we don't have the horses to go toe to toe with that Chawan offense. Their quarterback, Bryce Witt, he was getting the ball out quick, so our pass rush couldn't get home. And I don't know how, but receivers were wide open. It was just really embarrassing. We just need to get back to playing with pride. And like I said on Twitter, like, where is this energy when we're talking about feeling disrespected in the polls and how it pissed us off and stuff like that? Where is this energy on the field? Like, you can't let what happened Saturday and losing to Elizabeth City. You can't let that happen if you're angry. When I heard we were, felt disrespected by the preseason ranking, I'm thinking we're gonna go out here and, bust some heads. I feel like we're gonna go back to the glory days of us winning the CI, going to the playoffs. That's not happening this year. We can still win the CI, but we're gonna need Fayetteville State to lose Saturday. So I'm hoping Cam Smith can turn this offense around, get things figured out because we're just really bad on offense. And I'm hoping we get it figured out, man, because I still want us to at least win the CI. Well, I know we can't go to the playoffs, especially after we lost to Elizabeth City. But we just need to cut down on the dumb penalties on offense. And I said we need to lean on Andrew Hayes and Cameron Davis, our two dogs at running back, and we just need to man up in the trenches. And I feel like we need to lean on them. I don't know if we're as strong in the passing game. Now we do have some receivers, but there just hasn't been a strength for us this year. We've been on our best when we're getting our two running backs involved, and we just have to wait and see. I do think we'll get things turned around starting Saturday at John C. Smith. I think we've beaten them like 18 or 19 straight times. That's something that's going to work against us for sure. I hope we can pull this out. I think it'll be like that one year. I think it was 2016. I think we played on like a Sunday for whatever reason, and we beat them like 15-14. I feel like it could be ugly like that, but I'm hoping Cam Smith can get this offense, like I said, turned around, and we can get back to putting points up on the board. And I feel like Cam, he's gonna want to spread things out, getting 4 wide sets and 5 wide sets. So we just have to see. And yeah, man, I really just hope we can get this figured out because it's been really hard to watch this year. And Yeah, we just have to wait and see. But I definitely think we'll win Saturday. I know we'll beat St. Aug. They're not looking so hot this year, and I definitely know we'll win on homecoming against Livingstone. Now those last two are the ones I'm not as confident about right now. Going to Shaw at the end of the month, and then playing Fayetteville State. We have went there and won, but I have to see this team really improve for me to believe that they can, go and win both of those road games. So we have to wait and see. But I'm gonna go hard for my Rams to the day I die, and I think we're gonna turn this around. So we have to see. And to quickly react to Jaylon Smith getting released by the Cowboys, I wasn't surprised. I just want to commend Jaylon Smith because him coming back from that horrific knee injury in the Fiesta Bowl against Ohio State, where he tore up his knee real bad, and for him to come back, it was just amazing to see. He doesn't have the speed he once had. His first couple years playing for the Cowboys, and the last 2 years he's just been not reading the play. He's been, guessing a lot, taking a lot of risk, and it's been getting us gashed in the run game. He blew up a screen Sunday, but he's very you can pick on him in the run game because he'll go in the wrong hole, and if he stays in the middle, he'll be right there where the play's gonna come right to him. And I just feel like we couldn't take no more of it. The writing was on the wall. Keanu O'Neal, Micah Parsons, Jabril Cox, Vander Esch. We just got a lot of depth at that position, and I think it was only a matter of time before this happened. So obviously, Jaylon Smith was one of my favorite players. He brought a lot of swagger to the defense, but he just couldn't run anymore, and he was just making horrible reads. It just didn't make any sense. So I knew this was coming. So I wish him nothing but the best, and I can't wait to see where he lands. So yeah, looks like Terrance is ready. So let's go ahead and get him on, and me and him will predict all 16 NFL games. So let's do that now. We have my guy Terrance joining us on the show. Terrance, how you doing, bro?
What to do, man? I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm great, bro. Terrance is going to try to win more than 12 games because so far this season we have two people who have tied with 12 wins. So we have my guy Ruff in week 2. He won 12 games, and then last week Matthew went 12-8. I went 14-6 last week to push my record to 44-28 so far this season. Demarius, he went 8-8 week 1. Damian went 10-6. So we'll see how Terrance does this week. Is the Thursday night game, which will be tomorrow, is the Los Angeles Rams visiting the Seattle Seahawks. Terrance, how do you see this game playing out?
That's gonna be a great game. That's gonna
Sure.
be a great game. I think it's arguably gonna be probably the best game of the year within Dallas and Tampa. I like this matchup. It's just the Seahawks so up and down for me. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like
Yeah,
they're
very
so
up and
up and
down.
down. You know what I'm saying? Their defense it looked good at times, and then it looked like the defense after the Legion of Boom. You know what I'm saying? I like the pieces they got. They still got Jamal Adams. They still got Bobby Wagner. They still got KJ Wright. Like they got good pieces. And
Well, KJ Wright's with the Raiders. You talking about Bobby
oh,
Wagner?
KJ Wright did go to the Raiders, didn't he?
Yeah, he left in free agency.
Yeah, okay. So, but they still, like I said, they still got a Russell, DK. But I like the Rams, man. That defense with Jalen Ramsey and Aaron Donald. That second year player, I forgot his name, Jefferson.
Oh yeah.
We got studs, Leonard Floyd, and that offense. But I think Matt Stafford, he the loss to the Cardinals really, but I think by mid-season form, he'll be up there MVP consideration. So I'm going with the Rams.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think the Rams, they're gonna want to bounce back. They kind of let one slip away last week. Stafford missed some throws that he normally doesn't miss. And like you said, Seattle, they're up and down, so it's hard to say what you're gonna get from them on a week-to-week basis. So I think the Rams will want to bounce back. They don't want to go to 0-2 in the division. The division is so tough and so competitive, so I expect them to win as well. Our first London game this season, it'll be the New York Jets visiting the Atlanta Falcons. I'm taking the Jets here. The Falcons defense is really, really bad. They've given up 127 points so far this season. And I think Zach Wilson will just be able to have a field day on that defense. And I can see this being a very high scoring, very exciting game over in London at 9:30 Sunday morning. So I got the Jets. How about you, bro?
Man, I probably never picked the Jets to win no game. So I'm going with the Falcons, man. They still got Matt Ryan. They still got Calvin Ridley. But he's been started off real slow this year. But the fourth pick in the draft, that tight end out of Florida.
Kyle Pitts.
He done started off slow this year. But I'm still going with you know what I'm saying? It's Matt Ryan. It's Calvin Ridley. We know what that is. And on that defense, man, Atlanta, I don't think, you know what I'm saying? Atlanta ain't recovered since the Super Bowl, man.
They haven't.
Like, it's just been so ugly, but they still got, I still like Deion Jones. I still like Grady Jarrett. They still got some, you know what I'm saying? They still got a couple pieces from that team. So I'm gonna go with Atlanta, man. I'll never pick the Jets to win that.
Yeah. Well, they did win. They won last week. If I knew Julio and AJ Brown wasn't playing, I probably would have picked them.
Julio, and then they won off of. If you ask me, you know what I'm saying? I think that was just first of all, the Titans, man. We get to them later, but that win, we just. But it was an impressive win. Though, you're right.
Yeah. We have the Green Bay Packers visiting the Cincinnati Bengals. How you see this one playing out?
Come on, man. Aaron Rodgers, 400 yards, 3 touchdowns. Devontae Adams, 100 yards and a touchdown, man. The Packers, I like the Packers. I like what they got. I think their team is so one, like, they got Devontae. The drop off between the number 1 receiver and the number 2 receiver is just out of the. You know what I'm saying? They have good pieces. They got Aaron Jones, in my opinion, the best running / receiving running back in the league. So I like them. And then they had a big hit with Jair. That Jair got injured, but I still like them over the Cincinnati Bengals. Cincinnati Bengals is not trash like a lot of people think. They got Burrow, Jamar Chase look great. So they doing good, but come on, man, it's Aaron Rodgers we talking about.
Well, this pick is going to shock you. I'm going with Cincinnati. I feel like this is going to be a statement game for them. You know, and I feel like, you know, it'll be a win where they want to show that they're for real this year with Joe Burrow. He's healthy now. They're protecting him. And I just think it'll be a very close, exciting game. But I think with Tyler Boyd, Jamar Chase, the tight end that they had, he had a really big game last week. And then you have Joe Mixon coming out the backfield, catching and receiving it. So I think they're going to pull off the upset here at home. And I think they're going to surprise some people this week and win this game. So I got the Bengals.
Surprising nobody, man. They're not surprising nobody. And that's that bad man on that other side, man. I
mean, yeah, Aaron Rodgers is, but you know that the Packers do play down like a team that's supposed to beat. You know,
they definitely play to their competition. That's right.
So that's why I feel like they may slip up, and you know the Bengals pull this off. So we have to see. It'll be an easy one for you. The Detroit Lions are visiting the Minnesota Vikings. How do you see this one playing out?
I never picked Detroit to win nothing. Even though Detroit haven't been playing, they've been in some really close games this year. I think Jared Goff is not a bad quarterback. I definitely think he's above average. And they play people tough, other than that whooping that I think the Packers gave him. But hey, if you look at that game, it was close at halftime. I think it was either tied up or the Lions might have been up at halftime. I don't know. I don't remember.
I think they were just close. I think it was a close game, and the Packers pull away late in the third.
Right. So, but I'm going with Minnesota. You know what I'm saying? You got Kirk Cousins, which that ain't really saying a lot. You got Justin Jefferson. You got Adam Thielen, Dalvin Cook. they'll be all right. They definitely should handle the Lions.
Yeah, I agree with you. I'm not taking the Lions either. Minnesota, they've been close in a lot of games this season. They haven't lost a game by more than a touchdown. And this is just one that they should win. And Detroit, like you said, they'll play people close, but I just don't think they have the pieces they need to win right now. And I think the Vikings will lean on Dalvin Cook, and when they need to throw it, they'll throw it to Jefferson and Thielen, and they should win by at least 2 touchdowns.
And
I
they
feel like.
also lost. They also left their first round pick. Was it Jeff Okuda?
Oh yeah, the Lions. Yeah, Jeff Okudah. Yeah, he's. I think his Achilles. I think.
Achilles, right. So they're a little decimated, but it wouldn't have mattered if Sam Okuda was playing. They still won. Won.
We have the Denver Broncos visiting the Pittsburgh Steelers. I really struggle with this one. I don't know if Teddy Bridgewater is going to play this week, and the Steelers haven't looked much better at all. But I'm taking the Steelers because if Teddy Bridgewater doesn't play, I don't trust Drew Lock because he had the running back wide open in front of his face, and he threw it to the corner last week, and it got picked off. And I'm like, how do you miss the running back wide open for a touchdown in front of you? So I'm not very high on Drew Lock, and the Steelers haven't looked much better. But if Teddy Bridgewater doesn't play, then I don't see any way the Broncos can win this game. So I got the Steelers winning here.
Yeah, man, it's a tough one too. I'm thinking about it right now. I'm. What injury does Teddy have? Really?
He has a concussion. He got hit. Yeah, he
got a concussion. Yeah, I'm gonna have to go with the Steelers, man. If Teddy doesn't play, I don't trust Drew Lock at all, honestly. But I love their weapons though, like KJ Hamler. You got Patrick. You got Judy.
Well, I think Hamler and Judy are down too right now. They're hurt. Both hurt.
Down. Are they questionable or are they doubtful?
No, they're not gonna play this game. I think Judy has a high ankle sprain, so he'll be out for a while. And I forgot what happened to Hamler. I think he tore his ACL. So.
Okay, well, but that defense though, man, they got a great defense. I thought they defense top 10. But like you said, no Teddy Bridgewater. Don't nobody trust Drew Lock. Big Ben. I think Big Ben should just come out and say, "This is," you know what I'm saying. This I need to have every home game something new because this it, man. He can't. The Steelers offense is have. I ain't seen this offense look this bad in a long time. I'll probably never see it like this.
Yeah,
but that defense still that defense with Minka and Devin Bush and T.J. Watt, and Melvin Ingram. So they'll be fine, but I got the Steelers winning this. That game might be like 13-14.
Yeah, something like that. Because the Steelers can't move the ball, and if the Broncos don't have Teddy Bridgewater, then I don't know how they move the ball. They'll probably try to lean on the run game. You don't want Drew Lock. You know, he makes some questionable decisions.
With Teddy, and we know what Teddy is. You know what I'm saying? He's not gonna lose the game. He really ain't gonna win it either. You know what I'm saying?
No.
You know what I'm saying? So if you couldn't beat out him, then. No, but I like the way Teddy's been playing this year. Hopefully he played though, because I feel like if he played in, you know what I'm saying, we can have a different. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but he took a real bad shot. So I don't know. Next, we got the Miami Dolphins visiting the Tampa Bay Bucks. I got the Bucks here with Tua still not. He's going to be out for a while. I don't think the Dolphins will be able to, keep up with the Bucks on offense. But Brian Flores, he's from that Patriot tree, and those assistant coaches that come from the Patriots, they do give Tom Brady trouble sometimes. But I expect the Bucks to win. They just got a little too much for the Dolphins, and I don't think Jacoby Brissett will be able to keep up with Tom Brady. So I got the Bucks here.
Yeah, I definitely got the Bucks.
For sure.
Miami, man. You know what I'm saying? We know what, you know what I'm saying, we know what problems Deshaun Watson is having off the field. But man, I think you just go ahead and, you know what I'm saying, you call the Texans, you tell them, like, what you want, man. Because even if Tua is healthy, I think we, you know what I'm saying, we got enough of Tua to realize, like, he came out of college, you know, the comparison was Drew Brees, Russell Wilson.
Yeah.
He ain't Drew Brees. He ain't Russell Wilson. You know what I'm saying? He you know what I'm saying? He's very accurate. I give him that. But man, that ball, man, it's just I called Texas, I called Houston, and I asked, man, what y'all want for Deshaun? You know what I'm saying? Because Tua is not. And then I know going back to when he came out the draft, and then because we see what Herbert's doing with the Chargers. Yeah,
Chargers.
You know, but when I'm going back to draft time, nobody was thinking about Herbert. You know, if Tua wasn't hurt, he could have possibly been a number one. You know what I'm saying? He could have possibly been the number one pick. But just to miss on Justin Herbert. Tua, that's just, you know what I'm saying? That's just,
that look bad now.
right. But like you said to your point, Miami, that's a tough team. You know what I'm saying? They well coached by Flores, and they do give protection. And I do think they'll make it a little harder for Tom Brady. But at the end of the day, man, you got Tom Brady, you got Mike Evans, Chris Godwin.
AB. New Orleans Saints visiting the Washington football team. So how do you see this game playing out?
Ooh, that's gonna be a tough game. I'm not liking the way Washington football, their defense is playing. That O line with Young and Sweat and Ron Payne, and but he's not. When you look at him, he's not bad. Like, you know what I'm saying, like he's definitely I wouldn't say a starter, but I think he could be a good backup. You know what I'm saying? He's definitely, you know what I'm saying, if you get a good game plan around him. But I would never pick a team in the NFC to win if it's not my Eagles. So by default, I'm gonna pick the Saints. But I like the Saints though. I'm just waiting on. You really can't get a fair assessment of the Saints. Obviously, they had a bad loss to the Giants last week. But you see little, you know what I'm saying? You see, but I don't think it's fair to assess them until Michael Thomas come back. And then he get worked up, and then we see what that offense can be. But we know their defense is legit with Lattimore and Joy and then Jenkins.
They just gave up 432 yards to Daniel Jones last week, so I don't know how.
They did, but I think everybody knows that the Saints defense is no joke. You know what I'm saying? They got good pieces. I'm taking the Saints in this one, and definitely. And Kamara, I think Kamara is, in my opinion, top three running backs in the league. So
that's one of my concerns. The Washington football team, they don't have good linebackers. So how do they try to defend Kamara? But I picked the Washington football team. The Saints are a little up and it's painful for me to pick my divisional rival, but I'm trying to win games here. So, but the Saints are just a little too up and down for me. I don't know which team I'm gonna get from week to week. Like you said, the Washington football team, their D-line has been very disappointing, and their secondary, if they're not able to get pressure on you, you can cook their secondary. So I could see this being another high-scoring game for them, and I see them winning by at least 3. And this was a really tough game, but I expect them to win.
It's definitely gonna be closer than it's supposed to be. Definitely.
And they also have Kansas City coming to town next week, so I feel like Washington will probably want to go ahead and pick up 2 in a row because you got Kansas City coming to town next week. So
that's 35-40. You can ask my Eagles. You can ask my Eagles.
Speaking of your very pathetic Eagles, we have the Philadelphia Eagles visiting the Carolina Panthers. I have the Panthers winning here. This has nothing to do with my hatred for your team. I, I think that the Panthers will want to get revenge after they had a very poor showing against a very talented Cowboys team last week. But the key, if you want to have success against this defense, you want to stay ahead of the chains. That way, their pass rush can't just get home and peel the ears back. I expect this to be a high scoring game. Now, I know the Eagles have some offensive line issues. So, can they protect Jalen Hurts, or is he going to be running for his life? Um, and that's a chance Christian McCaffrey could come back this week. So, with that, a possibility. I'm taking the Panthers. I have no idea how the Eagles are going to try to cover DJ Moore, Robbie Anderson, Trimble, the tight end, Terrance Marshall. So I'm gonna pick the Panthers in a very high scoring shootout. Uh, let's hear what you got to say.
Well, like you said, to one of your last points, I don't know how we're going to cover DJ Moore, Robbie Anderson, Trimble, if Christian McCaffrey returns. But we will. We will find a way. You know what I'm saying? We will find a way. Listen, man. Listen, we fly. Listen. I'm going to start with Jalen Hurts. I think Jalen Hurts is playing okay this season. I think he's playing well. I think he every time I look at him, he looks calm. He never gets too high. He never gets too low. We still got Miles Sanders in the backfield. You're right. I think we lost our left tackle I think he might be out for the season. The tackle that we just paid that money to. Offensive, we still got Ertz. We still got Goddard. I think those two are the most dynamic tight ends in the league. Obviously not the best, but just that duo. And I'm looking for us to get some more Devontae Smith, man. I'm looking at Devontae, and I'm watching this game, especially last week against the Cowboys. He had his.
Y'all played the Chiefs last week.
I mean, the week before last when we played y'all. I'm sorry. When going up against Trayvon Diggs, his fellow Alabama teammate,
put him in shackles.
He looked having trouble making contested catches, man, and the ball is hitting him on the hands. But I love his route running. I like his speed. His speed is okay. And that defense, man, we still got Fletcher Cox. Brendan Graham is gone for the year. But you know what I'm saying, I think we got an average defense with Slay on
average. That's being nice.
I do. Don't shoot the messenger, okay? I think we have an average. I think our defense is okay. Like I honestly do. But Carolina, man, it's gonna be tough, man. Because I think even though they lost their last one, I don't think Carolina is a fluke, man. I think we look at we looking at the talent. DJ Moore, Robbie Anderson, those two are good wide receivers. Christian McCaffrey, arguably the best running back in the league. That defense, it was the best defense in the league going into week 4. You know what I'm saying? So
but you have to look at who they were playing.
Right.
It had more to do with that.
You play on your schedule. You know what I'm saying? That's what you play. So, but you're absolutely right. But I'm flying high with my Eagles, man, and we're gonna pull it out and we're gonna find a way.
That plane gonna crash to the ground. I'm telling you that.
It's not gonna crash. It's not gonna crash at all, honestly.
Well, moving on from that, I knew you was gonna do that. We have the Tennessee Titans visiting the Jacksonville Jaguars. I'm picking the Tennessee Titans here. Jacksonville has a lot going on. Urban Meyer can't stay faithful to his wife. He has that over his head. And they just have a lot going on this week.
Man, you snitching, man.
I'm not. I wasn't the one recording the video.
Man. It's hard out here in these streets, man.
Hey,
He's the coach for the Jaguars. He not at Ohio State no more. He had an NFL team, man. It's a different kind of, you know what I'm saying? We keep going though.
his life is in shambles right now. To put it nicely. But yeah, Tennessee, I know they want to bounce back after they lost to the Jets, and they don't want to give the Jaguars their first win. So I expect Tennessee to win this one.
Yeah, I got Tennessee too, man. I got Tennessee too, man. You look at Derrick Henry, what he's doing.
He has two 200-yard rushing games against Jacksonville. He may get number 3 if Julio and AJ.
No, he definitely. I'm definitely 65% sure. AJ and Julio don't play. He definitely will get 200 yards.
Oh, for sure.
I still like Ryan Tannehill. I think what they're doing. Their defense, Tennessee defense, man. Oh my God, like
it's atrocious.
They really hurt me. Like it's because we know that they're like well, first of all, they have been bad in the past, but you look it's just like the Cowboys defense, if you ask me. Like you look sometimes, and then sometimes you look like what is y'all doing? You know what I'm saying? Like what but I think they definitely is gonna be enough to beat the Jaguars. Trevor Lawrence, I think he's looking okay. You see some of the throws he's making. But I think they just don't got the pieces around him. You know what I'm saying? He really definitely don't have the talent around him. You know what I'm saying? I think if Trevor Lawrence was in New York, if he was with the Jets, I think New York could have a couple wins with Corey Davis, with Quentin Williams and all of them. So I think if Trevor Lawrence was with the Jets, I think they'll have a couple more wins than at least 2, if you ask me.
At least 2.
But I'm riding with Tennessee though, all day. This should be
It's a divisional game, so Jacksonville.
Right. You absolutely right. It is a division game, but Tennessee should win this. I hope they do, man. Just give it to the king. That's all you gotta do.
Yeah, they almost ran him to the ground last week. I think he had about 35 rushes last week.
And if you look, he started off slow. He started off real slow, but he's still on pace to get that 2,000. You know what I'm saying? And I'm saying it here right now. If I don't care what their record is, if they have a winning record, if they win a division, and Derrick Henry have 2,000 yards with AJ Brown and Julio Jones, please get that man an MVP. Please get that man an MVP, man.
That would be a travesty if they didn't.
Please get that man an MVP. I don't care if they win a division we have 17 games now, so 10-7 or 9-8. Hey, please get that man that. Please get that man, because that 2,000 yards, he's definitely on pace to do it, but come on now.
This will be pretty easy for me. We got the New England Patriots visiting the Houston Texans. The Patriots, they really need a win. And the Texans, without Tyrod Taylor, I think it's going to be hard for them. And I feel like the Patriots, this is a must-win game for them if they want any chance of going to the playoffs. So I think Mac Jones and this offense will do enough. And I think Judon will be giving Davis Mills nightmares. So I got the Patriots winning by at least 14.
Yeah, I like the Patriots too. Even though the Texans have been in some close games this year. You know what I'm saying? To a Tyrod and but we know that defense. We see what that defense did this following Sunday, this past Sunday with Tampa, even though they lost, how they confused them. And quarterback ain't nowhere near Tom Brady. So by default, you know what I'm saying? They definitely, you know what I'm saying, coming from seeing the defending champs to going to Houston, they definitely should wipe them out, if you ask me, by definitely 14 of them.
Yeah, Houston's they got shut out last week. I don't know if they'll get shut out again this week, but it shouldn't be close. Chicago Bears visiting the Las Vegas Raiders. Justin Fields was announced the starter going forward today. I really wanted to pick the Bears, but I just think the Raiders will want to bounce back at home in a very close game. They let one slip away last week. They got to stop getting down 14 points before they want to start really playing. But I think if I'm really concerned though because the Bears have a good defensive line, and we saw that the Raiders don't have a good offensive line really. And you got Khalil Mack, Akeem Hicks, Robert Quinn. So that's concerning. But I think with Hunter Renfro, Darren Waller, and the other weapons that the Raiders have, I think they'll be able to win a very close game against a very good Bears team now that Justin Fields is starting. So I got the Raiders.
Yeah, man. I'm not as high on the Raiders as I think people was before they played the Chargers on Monday Night Football. But man, you look at that game, their tackle, he got whooped by Bosa.
He got worked.
It got bad. But I like Derek Carr. I like Derek Carr, I like Ruggs, I like Waller. Just the way he catch the football, how he run with it. And they're great. Obviously, Kelsey is, we already know what he stands for, and we know he's a Hall of Fame, and Kittle's right behind him. But man, just eye test wise, just looking at Waller, man, he looks great. Like he really does. If you didn't know who Kelsey was, if you ain't know who Kittle was, you would think this dude was, you know what I'm saying? Obviously, the best time in the league. But I'm going with the Raiders, but I'm really rooting for Justin Fields, though, man. I really am. Sure. I think that situation in Chicago is just so toxic with Nagy, and they don't know. He won the last game this past Sunday, but the game that they had before that, it just looked like they never drawed up a game plan for him at all. Like they just send them out there in the rules. But that defense is that defense with Khalil Mack, Eddie Jackson. But I'm going with the Raiders, man. I think that as far as the organization wise, they're definitely more organizationally stable than the Bears. And then I think that they just got better players, man. They just got better players, and they got the better quarterback right now.
Next, we have the Cleveland Browns visiting the Los Angeles Chargers. I think this would be a really good game. But I'm taking the Chargers here. The Browns haven't looked so hot lately, and the Chargers are on a roll right now. They beat the Chiefs, and then they beat the Raiders. So I think they keep it going and get their third straight. We know what the Browns are going to do. They're going to run it with Kareem Hunt and Nick Chubb, and have Baker play action off that. He didn't look so great last week. That defense really carried him last week. So this could be a low-scoring defensive struggle. Now, how do the Chargers deal with Myles Garrett and Jadeveon Clowney? I'll be interested to see that. But I think Justin Herbert is just playing out his mind right now, and I think they'll get a close win over the Browns.
Man, that's tough.
It's really tough.
Tough game, man. And I feel like it's only tough because if you look at the teams, other than Tampa, I think the Browns up there with Tampa just the first 22, but it's just Justin Herbert. When you think of the Chargers, you think of Herbert, you think of, man, that guy got it. Like he tough. You can say he making throws. He really looks the part. And when I brought up we was talking about the Dolphins, man, they passed up on that guy. You know what I'm saying? Now we all knew that Herbert wasn't really talked about in that draft. You know what I'm saying? It was Tua, and if Tua would have been more healthy or when had that injury, he definitely could have gone number one. But man, just to pass on Herbert, man. But that game, man, I'm thinking, man, I love, you're right, Baker haven't been playing well. Jarvis Landry is out. Baker and Odell got chemistry problems. I think they should have traded Odell in the offseason. I'm not really high on Baker Mayfield, but I do like Myles Garrett, man. After the game last week, I think he posted on his Instagram, he posted Twitter. It was his first time going sleeveless. and the NFL PD'd him after the game because that boy, Lord Jesus, man, that's a grown man. Like literally, that's a grown man with Jadeveon and I like their secondary. They got a great secondary, Greedy and
Denzel Ward, man, yeah, they know it.
Ward. They got them 2 safeties from the Rams,
Hill and Johnson.
and Johnson. But I'm going with the Chargers. I'm going with the Chargers, man. I like Herbert. I like Mike Williams. I like Keenan Allen. I like Eckler. That defense, Bosa. 124 game, I think it's going to be either 14-17 or 35-40. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah, it can go either way.
Right. But I'm going with the Chargers though.
Now to the 425 game that I can't wait for. The New York Giants visiting the Dallas Cowboys. As we know, this will be Dak Prescott's first time facing the Giants since Logan Ryan did the unthinkable and just wouldn't let go.
Man, that's not the unthinkable. That's a football play, man.
I'm going to leave it there. I'm going to leave it right there. Speaking the Cowboys here, and I think we're going to get some payback for Dak for what they did. It's going to be a very emotional game. Monday is the 1-year anniversary of Dak getting hurt. The Giants, they looked good last week. Saquon, he looked like he was getting back to his old self. How we cover him will be very interesting. If we put Mike out there on him or how we do that, it'll be interesting to see. Like I was saying before we got on here, I think the key will be to get pressure on Daniel Jones because when you get pressure on him, he just folds up like a camp tent and he calls it a day. He doesn't like pressure. So I think we got to get pressure on him and hopefully they don't try Trayvon Diggs because we know what happens when you try Trayvon Diggs. He's gonna take that to the crib. So your Eagles found out the hard way about that.
Devontae slipped. Please stop it.
Well, if he hadn't slipped, Trey was gonna run him over and get the pick. But anywho, I just feel like on offense we got a little too much for them. And I'm concerned though because they do have a very good defensive line, and the Eagles gave us trouble for a while with their defense line, getting pressure on Dak. So hopefully we're able to give Dak some time. And if we do, they can't stop Amari Cooper, CeeDee Lamb, Dalton Schultz, Blake Jarwin, Cedric Wilson, Zeke Elliott, Tony Pollard. We just got too much for them. So I got the Cowboys.
You know, man, I was gonna get up here and I swear and right hand of God, and I was gonna pick a tie. I'm not gonna lie to you. I really was gonna pick a tie. I really, you know what I'm saying? I feel like that this game is just meant to be in a tie. You know what I'm saying?
It's not.
And I hope to God it's a tie. I really do.
I don't.
But just off of what you said, man, the Cowboys with Cooper and CD and you're looking at that thunder and lightning in the backfield with Zeke and Pollard, the offensive line looking like the offensive line of 2016 when they went to the NFC Championship game. And
no, we haven't been to the. No, we lost in the divisional round.
Oh, the divisional. I'm sorry. No, you were. I don't know why I said that. Divisional round to the Packers. But,
we haven't been to the championships since I was born. But go ahead.
I won the Super Bowl even further. But yeah, man, what you saying? And then that defense with Micah, man, Micah looking good.
Thumper, he would put that wood on you.
he looking real good with Trayvon, and yeah, like I said before, like we were talking before the show, man, that man looking like a Pro Bowler. And you've seen the talent in last year, but obviously he was getting beat a lot. You know what I'm saying? As a rookie, it's gonna happen. You're going against, you know what I'm saying, the Julio and Keenan and all these top wide receivers. So, you know what I'm saying, you're going to get burned. You're not going to know what you – but you've seen flashes of him last year. You realize, oh, this boy can play it, and seeing it coming, it's all coming together in his second year. So, like you said, man, I'm going with the Cowboys. I don't think it – but I do think the Giants, this Giants team they're trash, but I don't really think too much of your Cowboys. But the Giants will shock you though. The Giants defense is okay. You know what I'm saying? You got Saquon coming back. If you don't, like you said, if you don't pressure Daniel Jones, he got Galladay. He got like you said, Saquon in the backfield with Slayton, and you know what I'm saying. So he got some
Pepper,
people,
yeah.
right. He got some people to throw the ball to, but you know what I'm saying, I was gonna pick a tie. I hope it was like 14-14 overtime. You know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna take the Cowboys, man.
And you remember we played Daniel Jones our first year of having a varsity team. We played Daniel Jones. We played Charlotte Latin. You remember that? Yeah.
Right.
And he put up 7 touchdowns on us in the first half.
That's true though.
Yeah, that was a long night.
A long night.
And our last 425 game to move on from memory lane, we got the San Francisco 49ers playing the Arizona Cardinals. Trey Lance will be starting. Jimmy G has that calf injury. They think he'll be out a while from that. I think Trey Lance will put up a great show. He'll show up and show out. But I'm taking the Cardinals here. They're for real, man. Kyler Murray and that offense, they got a lot of weapons. DeAndre Hopkins, if you take him away, you got to deal with A.J. Green, who can still make plays. Not like the A.J. Green when he was first coming to the league, but he can still make plays. And you got Rondale Moore in the slot. And then you got to deal with trying to slow down Kyler Murray. So good luck. And that defense that they have is legit. Murphy, Collins, Chandler Jones, and J.J. Watt rushing your quarterback. So, yeah, I'm gonna take the Cardinals here.
Yeah, I was never too high on the 49ers coming into the year. You know what I'm saying? I know they were just in the Super Bowl a couple years ago, but I was never really high on the 49ers. You know what I'm saying? I do believe in Trey Lance. Coming out of North Dakota State. Obviously, that's where Carson Wentz came from, and I thought Carson Wentz was a pretty good quarterback to injuries. You know what I'm saying? Derail his career. And so coming out of that, so I definitely believe in Trey Lance. I think he might have a great career. But like you said, man, but the Cardinals, you look at them, man, they're 4-0, but
they've had some close wins.
The Vikings should have beat them.
I don't know how that feels. I don't know how he missed out.
I don't know what happened. But like you said, man, their defense is you got J.J. Watt, you got Chandler Jones. The first game of the season, that 5-sack game. Boy,
he hadn't had one since. That's bad.
Yeah, one since. That's funny. But
I'm going to hold him. I ain't going to let him get 5 sacks. I'm just going to hold him.
Right. But I do like overall, like you said, offense, DeAndre Hopkins. I think that's DeAndre Hopkins' best receiver in the NFL, man.
He's cold, man.
I think him and him and Devontae up there. But I think it's D-Hop, man. I like D-Hop. Him, Devontae, and Tyreek. But yeah, man, like you said with AJ Green, obviously not Cincinnati AJ Green, but he definitely got a couple steps. You know what I'm saying? He can make a play for you, and which like you said with their tight end and that running game, man. The Cardinals can run the ball.
Yeah, Chase Edmonds.
You know what I'm saying? The Cardinals can run the ball, and then you factor in Kyler Murray into that mix, and that 3rd and 16 he got on the Rams last week was just
that was crazy.
Man, that was just, you know what I'm saying? Like I don't see how you, other than Lamar Jackson, can't nobody do that in the NFL.
If you let him get the corner, it's a wrap.
Right. But I like the 49ers defense. They got some. It's man. All they running backs is just gone. You know what I'm saying? Most of gone. Tevin Coleman is in.
I forget where he's at. I saw.
But he's gone. They just decimated with injury. So I'm gonna go with the Cardinals. I like the Cardinals in this one. but I think it's gonna be a pretty close game. I definitely don't think that the Cardinals are gonna do San Francisco how they did with the Rams.
Oh
And
no.
I think that Rams game is kind of a fluke, not a fluke wise, because that they won that game. I just think that the Rams was just on they just came from playing Tampa Bay, so they they got so off of that game that they couldn't get up for the
Yeah,
Cardinals.
it's like whenever you have a big win, usually that next week, you're not gonna get it. You're not gonna have the same energy.
Right. So I don't think they're gonna do the 49ers like that, but I think it's gonna be a close game, and I'm picking the Cardinals. I like the Cardinals.
For sure. So our Monday night game is the Indianapolis Colts visiting the Baltimore Ravens. This is going to be a really good game. Both teams have really good defenses, but in Lamar, I trust. They're on a roll right now.
Big trust.
Huh?
Big trust.
Yeah, big trust. And yeah, I think the Ravens will find a way to get a close victory. Hollywood Brown had a big game last week. You can't let him get behind your defense because he's going to hurt you if you let him get behind you. He had 3 drop touchdowns against the Lions. He made up for that last week with that bomb Lamar threw him. So I think they'll win a very close competitive game over the Colts. How about you?
Yeah, man. Come on, man. We need to stop playing. Lamar's Lamar. Ain't nobody really talk about him for MVP, but look at his numbers, man. He gonna at the end of the year, he gonna have another 1,000 rushing. He's gonna be up there, and we forgetting that they got an extra game this year. So you know what I'm saying, that last game, I think the Ravens gonna have a good record. I think they're gonna win the AFC North. So I think Lamar can either be in MVP talks. Yeah, man. Like we just talked about the 49ers, man. It don't really matter who the Ravens have at running back. They gonna run that ball and they gonna run it. They gonna, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And going to the Colts, man. You know, for a couple of years now, it's been if the Colts just had a quarterback, they'll be in the Super Bowl. No, they would not. You know what I'm saying? I hated that. Hey, when everybody kept saying that, like I'm saying, you seen that they had Phillip Rivers and they had Phillip Rivers last year, lost to the Bills in the wild card game. The year before that, I think they lost to in did they go to the playoffs the year before that? I don't remember.
I don't remember.
But they got a good team. You know what I'm saying? They got a great line. It hasn't really been that great this year, but you look at the not the Castro, but that right guard, that left guard.
Quentin Nelson. Yeah.
Quentin Nelson.
He's a man.
Yeah, he's a dog, weird dog. But he's really the only. I think their right tackle is okay, but their injuries just, you know what I'm saying? He playing on 2 bad. How you get 2 sprained ankles?
I had never heard of that before.
I've nenever heard of that before. Like 2 sprained ankles, and man, it's just a shame, man. Look, because he's so talented, bro. The throws that man made in Philadelphia, it just had you like, damn.
He can throw some bombs.
Yeah, he could, you know what I'm saying? And you know what I'm saying, we thought that, you know what I'm saying, it would have been because he's with Frank Wright now, who was the offensive coordinator when he was with Philly. So, but it just haven't turned out like that. But I'm taking the Ravens, but I hate the fact that everybody been saying if the Colts had a quarterback, they'd be in Super Bowl. No, they would not have. They have a good team, but that team not being the Chiefs, the Ravens, or the Bills. Right.
Yeah, so we shall see. And now we move on to our game of the week. As you see, my Zoom background this week is the Kansas City Chiefs, and that's going to be our game of the week, which is the AFC Championship rematch from last season, where the Chiefs won 38-24. The Bills got off to a great start, 9-0, but when the Chiefs start out slow, you better get a couple touchdowns up on them, because when they get rolling, good night. It's good night. So Buffalo, they'll visit Kansas City. This will be our Sunday night game. I'm taking the Chiefs. I know they've been up and down this year. But they really can't afford another loss early on in the season, especially in the division. Looks like it's going to be very competitive. And with Josh Gordon making his debut this week, I think this will potentially be a shootout. Very high scoring. But I think with all the weapons the Chiefs have, I think they'll be able to outscore the Bills. Because we know their defense isn't very good. So I think the offense will have to carry them again this week. How about you, bro?
Man, it's a tough one, man. It's a tough one, man. But I gotta do it. The Chiefs got real issues. They really do. They have real issues on the defensive side. And I think in previous years, you know what I'm saying, it's been covered up by Patrick Mahomes. And I don't know, man. I like the Bills so much, man. Starting with Josh Allen, man. He that big, big arm. He about 6'4", and can run. Yeah. You look at on the outside, Stephon Diggs. They picked up Emmanuel Sanders in the offseason. You still got Cole Beasley.
Too much sauce.
People in Dallas thought Cole Beasley was trash, but look at him. He looked better than any.
I wouldn't go that far. He was one of my favorite players. Jerry was just cheap and didn't want to give him that money.
So, right. So when you're looking at him and on that defense, man, oh man, they playing great with Tre'Davious White on that outside, Milano inside, that linebacker, Tremaine Edmonds. I like them a lot, bro. I really like the Bills. I'm taking the Bills in this one. I think this year, I still got the Chiefs going to the. Well, I don't know. I don't know if the Chiefs went to Super Bowl, but I'm taking the Bills in this one, man. I got the upset. I think the Chiefs got real problems that the Bills are gonna they're gonna exploit them problems, man. They really are, because and there's nobody on the Kansas City defense and I don't know why they got Chris Jones at the end. He's not doing nothing at the end.
I'll put him in the middle where he can wreak havoc.
Put that man back at D tackle and let him, you know what I'm saying? But on the outside, ain't nobody touching Stephon Diggs, Emmanuel Sanders, Cole Beasley in the slot. I like the Bills, man. I like them.
I wouldn't be shocked if they won this game, because the Chiefs are going to have to score at least 35 to be in this game. So
they definitely can.
Yeah, so we have to see. I want to pick Buffalo, but I just feel like Patrick Mahomes is going to find a way to win this game. So we have to see. Thank you for joining the show today, bro. It was fun picking games with you, and we'll have to do it again soon, man. We'll have to try to get together. Have to try to get you back on the last week of the season when the Cowboys come to Philly.
Of course.
And we're gonna make another mess. You know, we're gonna make another mess.
Come on. Watch your mouth, bro. If that game has any playoff ramifications,
then you already know what's going to happen.
The Cowboys are not going to fulfill. You're going to cry. You're going to cry. So y'all better type. That better be a rest week for your Cowboys. If that got anything to do with the playoffs, your feelings are going to get hurt. I'm telling you now. So y'all better hope that y'all, you know what I'm saying, y'all got a 2-3 game lead, you know what I'm saying, y'all sitting good, y'all can rest y'all players in week 17. And if it comes down to week 17 of anything, whether it's a seed, whether it's a play to get in, the Cowboys gonna do what they did for 25 years. Nothing.
Your Eagles, we already know your Eagles don't have enough to keep up with my team. So
don't worry about it, man. We you know what I'm saying? We definitely won a Super Bowl before y'all, you know what I'm saying? Can we talk about that? You know what I'm saying? Can we talk about that?
No, I don't want to talk about that. That was one of the worst Super Bowls to sit through.
It's been a long time since y'all have done anything.
Yeah, I want us to win a Super Bowl in my lifetime. That would be nice.
And you'll be married with kids.
Hopefully, I hope so. Well, maybe this year. We don't know.
No, y'all not. You know, y'all not winning. Come on, man. Y'all not winning the Super Bowl and shit. Stop it. Please stop. Sound like a cow. You know what? This is why America hates Cowboy fans because they're so delusional. Y'all 3-1. Oh, good job.
Thank you.
As soon as y'all get a little success, y'all reach for the highest amount. We going to Super Bowl. We gonna win Super Bowl. No, you're not. Y'all not winning no Super Bowl. Y'all not beating Aaron Rodgers. Y'all not beating the Rams. Y'all not beating the Cardinals. Y'all not beating no, man. Stop. Come on, man.
You better turn your phone off if we make it to the Super Bowl. And if we win it, you better turn that phone off.
First of all, y'all not going to the Super Bowl. That's not gonna happen. But if it's a chance that y'all do go to the Super Bowl, y'all not beating whoever coming out because whoever come out the AFC would have to either beat the Chiefs, the Bills, and the Ravens. First of all, the Dallas Cowboys go to the Super Bowl.
Yeah, you might have to.
I ain't got no. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
I'm gonna call you.
I don't got nothing to worry about because they're not going to the Super Bowl. We all like, why y'all America's team because y'all got Jerry Jones as y'all owner?
That star on the helmet.
Just because y'all got that nice stadium.
It's nice.
It is nice.
I
never even seen it in person, and I know it's nice.
I went Thanksgiving 2015. We took a big L that day, but it was fun to be in that stadium.
Going in the stadium, man. Yeah, just look outside it. Just looking at, you know what I'm saying, aerial views. It looks real good, man. But that's all y'all, you know what I'm saying? We ain't gonna talk about that. We ain't got nothing to worry about. Cowboys gonna go to the Super Bowl. Hey,
we'll know something about it next time you come on in January.
We'll definitely know something. Definitely. That I enjoyed it, and I really do hope you keep, you know what I'm saying, do what you're doing, and it's really been a pleasure, man, honestly.
For sure, bro.